10L on Sky just for the YouTube channel today. Most of my play these days is on Triple 8 at the 13L tables, but that game isn't running. I'm at a loose end. It's a Tuesday lunchtime, and I'm just short of something to do, so I thought I'd just throw a few quid on Sky, just enough to make some videos and play some 10L. Hopefully we can get some good action, because pretty much everyone's a green tag at the tables, which is pretty sweet. This time of day on Sky, 10L is generally the domain of the fish rather than the regulars. Hopefully it'll be a fun little session. Guy's been donking a lot so far. Can't say we've got a huge sample on him because we've only been playing for like 15 minutes, but he does do quite a fair bit of donking with like a wide variety of hands. My suspicion here is he likely has either a 4 or like pocket 7s or something like that. He has been like triple barreling small quite a lot. It's 160 here. We kind of want to beat bluffs now, don't we? We don't beat a 6, we don't beat straights, we don't beat flushes. I think it's to be a bad call. Don't like folding over pairs to those types of players, but he's triple barreled and the board's got like progressively worse for my hand. I think paying off there would just be stubborn and foolish. I mean, he bet called the flop and then he bet the turn. That's not the action of a man who doesn't like his hand. And then he upsized somewhat on the river. Irritating, but completely fine. I'd rather players like this win the games than not. They're going to irritate you quite an amount, because you're just not going to have very much very often versus them, and their ranges are like so wide in terms of like depolarized for value probably, that you know you don't really want to be like bluff catching them too often. And check back our weak aces. Not the kind of hand we can really get 3 streets with. It's going to play well on nearly all turns and rivers. If we get led into, we just have easy calls. If we don't get led into, we have easy bets. I mean, this isn't nice. It's an easy call. I don't expect this to win very often, but it doesn't need to given this price. He actually had a slightly bigger ace. When we're calling bets on turns and rivers, we're usually going to be up against like a reasonable strength made hand. Our hand was just slightly under repped though, and his price, he gave us like an enticing price. Had he bet bigger, we could have maybe thought about finding a fold. This is a reasonable spot to check call against someone who I've got a note on saying is dumb aggressive. And then we pick up some equity. So we can check call certainly 1 street, probably 2. And then just going to give him a chance to bluff again. He goes for it this time. Plenty of draws missed here. Pretty easy call. Here's the ace jack. Thankfully for us, he didn't decide to bet both streets, because against him he absolutely would have got the money. And sadly we've been forced to pay off in a couple of spots in this video so far. Paying off is the absolute fucking not worst in these games. I think it's the biggest handicap most struggling players have, is just their inability to fold marginal hands versus bets or multiple streets of bets. This is not a good board for us to see bet multi-way. We do have the backdoor flush drawn 2 over cards, but it's not that much equity in these games against their combined ranges. This is like a much more comfortable situation when we're the one doing the betting rather than the calling. If we get raised, we're going to have a pretty easy fold, I guess. And we get called in 2 spots. I really don't want to see a donk bet coming in here. And we're just going to check it back against 2 opponents. And we lose to ace queen. We're just losing every pot we play so far. We get raised on the review. We have to call again with our straight. Lose to king queen. Yep, that seems about right. So it's a good lesson, this, in in terms of like just demonstrating how bad it is to pay off in these games. We've faced like bets and raises on the river every time so far, and every single time they've had it, we haven't caught a bluff yet with our bluff catchers. Poker's been this way now at the micro stakes for a long time. If you were to like get rid of your call button on the river and just have like a raise or fold button, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because calling rivers most of the time with like just 1 pair hands. I mean, with straight there we couldn't really fold. Yeah, the board was paired and it wasn't the best straight, but nevertheless he could just have been raising trips or something like that, so we can't fold with the 10 jack down here against an aggressive opponent. We can't fold, but these guys just have it a lot. There isn't that much, like especially river bluffing, like pre-flop, post, like on the flop, people might bluff raise with hands that have equity, etc. When it comes to the river, the people are like either they're going to have a hand or they're going to have a bluff. Way more often than not in these games, they just have a hand. They don't have a bluff. People can have semi-bluffs on flops and turns some of the time. On the river, when it's just like, this is it now, I either have a made hand or I have a bluff, you're going to find, and no doubt you guys find it when you play too, you're running into the made hands a lot. So how do we adapt to that? We just overfold most of the time, unless we have a very good reason not to overfold. It's easily the best adjustment, and because people have such calling reflexes, because we all have them, we make sure that we're getting good river value bets in, and we don't like check too many strong hands on rivers, so that way we hopefully don't pay off very often, but we do ensure we get value when we have a hand and our opponent has like the marginal bluff catching type hand. I just realised that I'm streaming this and I actually meant to be recording it for YouTube, which is quite amusing. We may as well just continue the stream now for another half an hour. Certainly wasn't intending to stream. This was meant to be a record. I guess we're not playing music, so we can record it for YouTube too. 7 viewers. I didn't even know I had, because I didn't even know that I was actually streaming. You fucking fucknugget, Reggie. You absolute moron of all morons. But never mind, you know, we've been streaming away. Sorry if you've been chatting in the Twitch. I didn't know I was there. So if I haven't replied to you, please don't be offended. Well, it's a big pot now. Guess we just go pretty big and jam turn. Well, not pretty big, like half potish. We're not folding at this point. We're just going to jam now. See what Surf's got. Surf has kings. That's his damned unfortunate. What a shit session this has been, hasn't it? I'm glad it's just fucking 10 and L. Been a shocker of a session. They just had it constantly. Sat there thinking you're value betting your queens to the fucking high heavens. And you're actually not. I think we're down like fucking who knows what. I only put 80 quid on to make a video. God knows what we're down to now. We got what, 35 across the tables and 26. So we're down £19 at Testimonials Sky, which should be close to impossible. It's been a clusterfuck really. It's meant to be a video, it's turned out to be a stream. And we're down 18 quid in what have you, whatever it is, 15 minutes. £1 a minute. We can't afford to sustain those losses, that's for sure. Thoughts on the check raise, river bluff at the micro stakes. It isn't a bluff, sir. The check raise at the micro stakes on the river is not a bluff. You can take that from me. Just fold to all of them without something incredibly nutted and you'll be doing just fine. I really can't stream long. I wish I didn't intend to stream here. Please, I hope anyone isn't going to be pissed off, but I should be visiting mother right now before work, but I decided I'd visit her just a little bit later, but I'd need to be leaving the house in like 30 minutes, so this stream will end promptly at 1:30 UK time, because it wasn't meant to be a stream. And we've got no music, despite the advert for the stream saying we have music. The whole job's fucked, isn't it, basically? But we just flopped the nuts, which is nice. Get no action, of course, because these people don't bluff. I should probably just have donked. Two callers, which is nice. With a big bet into two players against these stack sizes, we're not going to be folding. We're just going to go all in actually on this turn. He's only got a pot size bet left. Cool. We actually get to win one. We actually get to win one, which is nice. I miss Sky. I miss just chilling out in the penny stakes, just having fun, not caring, trying to play well, but at the same time not giving a flying fuck what happens. It's been pretty stressful lately, playing a bit of 50-L snap and whatever against good players who make my head explode sometimes. We could semi-bluff it, but we don't need to because we have the 4, we also have the gut shot, we have the ace. I mean, we probably have the best hand, but it's going to be hard to get value from worse. And someone just like bombs river, which likely means we don't have the best hand. We're certainly not going to call with this hand. There's like plenty of draws that have missed, but again, we're not going to be paying off in these games with bluff catchers like second pair on that board. You've been there. Didn't know, Neil. I just didn't know, buddy. I was chit chatting away like I was on a YouTube video, and yep, turns out I'm not on a YouTube video. Turns out I'm actually on a stream. Welcome to my life. It's littered with minor balls ups that don't really matter in the big terms, in the big picture. I do some more of these morning 10-L streams though. Usually at a loose end in the mornings. Most of my work tends to happen in afternoons and evenings. So I don't have very much money on Sky, but if we're just going to have like morning chill outs at 10 who cares? We don't need money on Sky. If we do manage to bust a roll somehow, we can always put some more on. Hopefully though we can possibly run it up. That should be sweet. Give myself a Royal Ascot bankroll from poker on Sky. Pre-betting the King Queen here for pure value. Well, it's hard to say pure value pre-flop, but you know what I mean. Oh, just flopping royal flushes, straight flushes even. Just flopping the absolute straight flush nizzles. Big Deeks is interested. Big Deeks is absolutely interested in this pot. Now there's a straight on board. Hopefully Big Deeks will call for the chop. Big Deeks did call and showed the absolute nizzles, which is not unpleasant for me. Probably unpleasant for Big Deek. What did Big Deek have there? Big Deek had the 9-8. Tennis Sky is one of the softest games on the planet, so hello Dennis, how are you, buddy? We're having a mess. We're streaming when we should be recording, we're losing when we should be winning, but we're flopping straight flushes, so it can't all be bad. Yeah, Sky 10's like bonkers soft. I imagine if I played this game full time, I could make a small living from it. If I just like played it 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, I think I could make £6 an hour, £5 an hour tax free, which obviously is much of a living, but we're not giving tax to that Mr. Hammond guy, are we? I mean, obviously my ambitions are to make more than £5 an hour, but it's just like a really sweet, easy little grind. It's fun, it's relaxing, it's chilled, and it's literally teeming with fish. It's like when you go to the fairground and you just like the hook and duck, it's like you can't fucking lose. Long term, these games it's impossible to lose at 10 long term if you're like remotely competent at poker on Sky. Even though we are losing this session, I mean, who knows, my win rate I think will be well into the double figures, like maybe 15 bigs an hour, 15 bigs per hand, per 100. Fucking I'll get there in the end. So what would that be? 15, that's 150, 100 hands. If we're getting maybe 250 hands per hour, if we played 4 tables, probably getting 300 hands per hour, so that's about 445 bigs an hour, so that's about £4.50 an hour. Which I'm guessing would do a lot of people very nicely for a hobby. You do that, you play 100 hours a month, and you got your side income from your hobby without any stress or pressure whatsoever. And if the streaming doesn't work out come the end of the month, if if the stream is still just getting like the same viewers and not growing, I could see myself just returning to Sky and just like packing in the coaching, packing in the streaming, and just being like a Sky regular, chilling out, just no responsibilities to YouTube, Twitch or anything, just play. Make me 500 a month, add it to my day job income, and just have a happy life. Pretty sweet. I'm going to put some more in here, I think, by Dandy. I don't think, but I didn't realise he had such a short stack. I should just have fucking shipped it. Makes no difference. I don't need a bankroll, Neil. Thank you very much. I don't need one, buddy. Certainly not for like 10 and 20 on Sky and what have you. We might do some like daytime streams on Sky. What have we got in this bro? I might just go for like a spin up thing. What have we got the tables here? 13, 23, 43 quid plus 25. So we're only down like 2 quid now, are we? No, we're not down 2 quid. Do some fucking maths, Regan. We're down 12 quid. I might just put another few quid on, buddy, and just say, right, let's just do some streaming during the day. Because I think definitely I'm enjoying the streaming at night time, but at the same time the stream isn't really growing, which is, you know, it's understandable. People don't really want to see microstakes cash games getting streamed, like the masses don't. A certain niche individuals do. So maybe at the end of the month we might wrap the stake up, send people the profits, and then just return to Sky with who knows what, just leisurely streaming whenever I can be asked, and making YouTube videos whenever it can be asked, but without any like real like pressure to do anything. Just do what I want when I want. That's kind of what the whole point of having poker as a side income is supposed to allow you. It's supposed to allow you like choice and freedom. Maybe, I don't know. Pretty easy bet fold on this river and the diamond. Lots of stuff gets there, but at the same time we have 3 sevens, and 3 sevens is a good hand. With a squeeze with the ace jack suited. Again, it's not for value pre-flop. I mean, yeah, we can get called by worse, but we don't get to collect any of that value until the river. It's just because we think we have the best hand and we want to try and build a pot, etc. We get called in 2 spots and we get a pretty disappointing flop, so I'm going to call it a day with this one. I'm going to go for some value with the queen jack. Did not get any. Did not get any value. Ace 9. Well played, sir. That's why we tag these dudes green, because they're into calling 10 big blind re-raises with Ace 9, which in the long term is just fine by me. We'll do one tomorrow morning, then we'll do a proper daytime stream tomorrow morning on Sky. And we'll probably start it around 11, go till 1, something like that. Give up with the queen 9. up to 12 viewers, which is ironically more than I typically get for an evening stream. And it's on a session when we can't play along, which is disappointing. Hello, ladies. That's a nice draw. Bink. Yeah, we'll do some daytime stuff. We'll definitely do some daytime stuff. I've been very busy lately, but busy Thursday, can't do one then, but could definitely do one tomorrow and Friday. And maybe we'll start doing weekday morning streams. On the days that I'm free. Will be a bit random due to work commitments, but yeah, we'll do it when we can. Man of the people, me. For the many, not the few. What do you think, Emily? Oswald is in when we have a set. We like that. See a nice dry turn, please. It's dry enough. Who raises here? He almost certainly has 8-7, but we're going to pay him anyway because that's a fucking hell's bells. Sweet baby Jesus and the orphans. How does he just have pocket queens there? How on earth does he have pocket queens there? Ew. I was going to snap call this 160. But now Surf's in 2. I think it's probably going to be incredibly dominated and in bad shape. We weren't, but we were dominated by him and we were losing to him. And we would not, we'd have got that against Surf, but we wouldn't have got any more money, I wouldn't have thought. How did Oswald have queens? Explain that one to me. What's more, how did Oswald have queens and not raise the fucking river? How did that happen too? That was a bonkers hand. I keep calling while he keeps betting 10 pence. Boom, straight. Give us a nice red 5 on this river, please. Blue ace. It's not a fucking red 5, is it? Three bet. Oh, in position we're slightly deeper. We're going to take a flop. We're going to get a truly miserable flop, and we're going to fold to his C bet. So all in all, I started the stream and the video seeing how soft 10L Sky is, and I think we're buried, aren't we? 22, 33, 43, 66. Now we're only stuck 14. We're only stuck 14. Not the end of the world. Still think we'll be able to have pizza at the weekend. I think we'll be alright. $13.22. I just realised I'm sat here in my underpants, so I need to go and get dressed before I leave the house. So we're actually going to sit out. Oh, not sit out now. We're going to sit out big blind at all of our tables, because I don't think going to work in my stripy strides is going to be popular with my bosses. I don't think my mother needs to see it either. But yeah, we'll almost certainly be back tonight, although I am thinking of just streaming Wednesday through Saturday at 888, because the game's Sunday through Tuesday is shit, or maybe Wednesday through Sunday and make Monday, Tuesday my day off. So we're probably back tonight. If we're not back on 888, we'll be back. We'll just do this again. Just play some 10L on Sky. Excuse me. So definitely be back streaming tonight, probably around 11:30 UK time, and then definitely back in the morning, probably around 11 AM. There was one last nice hand. 7-8 suited. That's that's playable. Excuse me. Deuce 3 off isn't going to get the job done. Will a 7-8 suited give us something to think about? Not really. That's not the nicest of run-outs for 7-8, is it? King 8 no good. King 8 no good whatsoever. And I guess we'll go and find somebody to host. Shame my buddy Shroom's not on, because he would definitely be the recipient of the host. Let's find someone who's not got many viewers. 6-3 off, 6-3 suited. End of stream. No, actually, I like this guy, Peter 804. So that's who we're going to give the host to. There we go. Sorry, it's a bit of an impromptu session. Wasn't meant to be a stream, but maybe we've learned something. Maybe the morning streams are going to be more popular. So I'll be back tonight around 11:30, either playing these games or 888, depending on how the 888 games look. And I'll definitely be back tomorrow morning around 11 AM. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a nice afternoon, and bye bye for now.